and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the WBM podcast. This is one of your hosts. It's your boy, Merk.
Yo, good to see everybody here again. This is your boy, X-Fan.
And this is your boy, Tico in the mix.
In the mix. Tell him, Mark.
Guys, we got one fun episode for you
We got
today.
a little recap of our summer, man, because we're pushing forward through the winter arc. So we want to talk about everything that we did do, we didn't do, and things we missed out throughout the episodes this summer.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, get ready for some Spitfire, just like way your mother likes it. You guys ready?
That's right, bro. Then Blunty sparked that.
It's time for our next arc.
Let's go, baby.
Let's
Let's
do this,
go. Winter starting. Let's go.
All right.
Booty go up, down.
I ain't got no problem
spending all of my money trying to see what's up. No.
I ain't got no problem spending. You know what I'm saying?
We saw T-Pain back in like early.
Oh, yeah, we did see T-Pain.
This summer.
I completely
May.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
In
man.
May, right?
It was a dope concert,
Bro.
bro.
It was a while back, but it was in the summer.
That's
It
right.
was this summer.
I think it was the
What
first thing we
what's the name
saw.
of the tour called?
The Teddy Payne.
No.
Wisconsin.
The mansion in Wisconsin.
The mansion in
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. His backdrop was LED screens, and it was a mansion.
It was a mansion.
I love
in,
it.
like Wisconsin.
How each, like, every time you went into a room in the mansion, it changed mansions and it gave you like
Yeah.
a different atmosphere to match the song.
Every song kind of switched the mansion.
It
But
was
you were
magic.
always technically in Wisconsin.
Yes.
That's the idea of it.
I love that shit.
Yeah, man. And like, I know he had opening
This
acts.
guy bought some merch.
I bought some merch.
Yeah,
I got
man.
me a sick ass baseball jersey. Wisconsin. I got me a
Yeah.
dope ass Wisconsin hat with number 24 for the year, obviously.
Wisconsin.
It was
Shout out
dope,
to
man.
Homegirl I met at the concert. I fell in love with you.
Yeah.
I texted you good morning.
Buenos dias.
You know?
You were
Oh,
supposed
probably
to be-
that's why. I did it in Spanish. You probably thought it was your gardener or something.
Whatever,
Okay.
man.
Damn solicitors. I hate this shit. But,
No, but
he
it was
was
great,
over here
man.
thinking you were supposed to be his next wife.
You know what I'm saying?
His
Alright,
next
I was thinking too,
ex-wife.
bro. I was thinking to your ear. I can
Future
put you in the
ex-wife.
log in the cabin.
hey, where?
All the way in Wisconsin.
That's right,
Same.
baby. But yeah, no, man, this guy came out of nowhere with the Riz. He just started with this
Hey, man,
conversation.
it was the vibe. It was T-Pain,
Yeah.
bro. It was T-Pain. The
It was a
vibe,
wedding, right?
the
It was like
energy.
a wedding party.
It was like a
It was
bachelorette
a
party.
Bachelorette party.
Yeah, which is cool. That's a great bachelorette party if you think about
Oh,
it.
yeah,
You know?
lit,
Go to a
dog.
T-Pain
Yeah.
concert,
Yeah,
concert
man.
for your bachelorette party.
Yeah.
That's kind of
That
cool.
was dope.
And the venue wasn't that bad too. It was like a 3-story venue, and like we were at the floor ground, but the floor ground was perfect. You can see T-Pain perfect.
And if we're showing our age, hell no, we're not, bro. Everybody likes T-Pain. I don't care who you are. All right, even
Yeah.
though,
Yeah, to be honest, I thought I wasn't gonna see that many.
bro, he
younger
sold it
people.
out.
Yeah,
he
man, he
sold
sold
it
it
out. That's what I was like. Damn, T-Pain still sold out the show.
T-Pain
Let's
still
go.
got it. T-Pain
man.
still got
He
it.
had the hits, man.
I thought he was only on Twitch nowadays.
Yeah.
But
Nah, bro.
motherfucker still goes on tour. The bills come up.
He just
motherfucker
said,
goes on
look,
It was a
tour.
quick spin, bro.
I gotta pay taxes. All right, let me go do a quick
Let me
tour.
go take
You know
it
what I'm saying? Like,
Taxes.
bro, what?
And I know he doesn't mind just going there and be like, "I get the bartender," and then he just points the microphone at the crowd.
Yeah, bro. We finish up the rest. Yeah, absolutely.
It's all you gotta do, bro.
it,
Easy.
was a good concert though.
Absolutely,
I never
man.
seen T-Pain live. It was dope.
The
It was
energy's
awesome.
there. The dancing was there. It was like it was everything like what like a club was back in like a decade ago. I mean, it was legit, man. It was like nostalgic, you know.
It was very.
Now I know what the old heads used to go like Wind and Fire, you know. But I still go to Wind and
Earth, Wind, and
Fire.
Fire.
Pretend I'm there in the 70s, you know. Do you remember?
Hey,
The very first
And that's the
night,
thing about
the
concerts, like,
21st night of
this past
September. I
weekend-
think we're just in time for the 21st night of
Shit. I should probably do a podcast on that one. Like, I know we had this conversation earlier with Merck, private, but it was about concerts and nostalgia. I recently just went to go
Yeah.
see the Wailers, Bob Marley's group, you know.
With John, man.
Nice.
With John, man. And
with
like
John,
go
with John, man.
check out the episode we did about the Bob Marley movie that
Oh,
Merck
yeah.
reviewed.
Oh man,
And
I finally watched it.
yeah.
Really
Okay, so
good.
yeah, so I saw there was just 2 dudes left. There was one guy like the back. I don't need. Don't ask me for his name. I don't want to start lying to you.
Good answer.
And there was 2 guitarists, you know.
See, look, at least he's not lying to you,
That's what
though.
I'm saying, right? And then there was like this drummer from the 80s they found, and like the two lady backup singers, they're hot, bro. They're super hot. And then there was like the one who was the main singer of like he was just a dude that sounded like Bob Marley. But if you would told me, if I closed my eyes and pretended, bro, like the energy was there, the vibes was there. It's just 2 guitarists left of the Wailers, you know, and like Bob Marley's like nephew playing the bass, like great nephew. And bro, they played this called the Legends tour. So it's the Legends album. So they played like Stir It Up. They played Jamming.
If y'all got the Legends album, or if y'all haven't heard it, bro, it's his greatest hits.
It's a classic.
I mean,
it's a classic.
it slaps.
The third song is literally what do you call it? Don't worry.
Oh yeah,
It's the third song. They're like, let's just fucking play.
They don't play. They don't fuck around with the Legends album, dog.
Yeah, they don't.
And you gotta
bro,
respect the classics.
Yeah,
It's gas to respect the classics.
And it's all gas.
And it's like you know what's badass about reggae concerts? Like they're small, tiny venues compared to the one we saw at T-Pain, which was massive.
Right.
So anybody's like secondhand smoke is there, and it's the way. So they started this trend. So there's like people that were there, like probably saw that stuff in the 60s and the 70s, like that generation. You know, and all the way down to like new kids, the skibidi generation, you know, out there, bro, just like rolling up, blazing, you know, playing jamming in the name of the song that was the best song is the one that Get Up, Stand Up.
Hey,
don't give up the fight. That one had the crowd like, especially when he goes, "Woyo, woyo, yo, yo, bro, woyo, yeah, bro,
That was crazy.
I was ready to just take my shirt off, bro, and start like, call me check him out, bro, you know. But at the end,
I was getting into it. Sorry, bro. I mentioned it. Dreadlocks shaking.
Yeah, bro. It was everything, bro.
You don't have dreadlocks.
I would buy the hat. You know, the hat that has the dreadlock. Yeah, anyway.
All generation, bro. I knew there was a corporate guy next to me, but he was going off just like me, bro. You know? Motherfucker to clock in at Microsoft just like me.
Keith was going off next year, bro. That's crazy.
Why, you know? And it was great, man. It was a great concert, like a whole 2 hours. And like, I guess the guitarists were just like at that generation, they're holding it down. But 2 hour concert, man, it was worth it, man. So like,
nice.
I know it wasn't Bob Marley, but like I pretended that I was there back in the
60s.
And man, it's two whalers. Okay, great. I saw one Beatle and I lost my mind. You know,
that's true.
And and especially at concert, like I can go watch Journey.
That's what I was gonna say. A lot of bands seems like they're doing that because some of these bands from back in the day are still touring and some of them are still making music. Yep. I mean, and you don't lose the name because the name is popular, of course.
Absolutely.
So you keep touring with the name. Like you went to a Journey concert.
Well, I was supposed to go to the Journey concert. So we had plans to go originally to Journey. We didn't get a chance to go do it, right?
Okay.
So that being said, my parents went in my place, right?
Okay.
And that was supposed to be an awesome experience, man. But they told me about the full recap and I'm like, well, what happened? And I'm under the impression my parents are really going to enjoy Journey, man. This is their era. This is their time. They're like, they were rough. And I'm like, what do you mean rough? They were like, they didn't do a sound check. Guitarist and the vocalists were fighting over each other. It was rough, man. Like it was a really, really rough experience. I was like, really? And they were like, yeah, but what was it? Def Leppard killed it. I was like, really? I was like, that's who you were hyped for?
Hey, Def Leppard is still
but they said that their performance was on point. Like that was peak. But the drummer was, you know, obviously he's disabled and you know he's still up there producing out an amazing sound, amazing music up there with those guys, but they're just older. It's just a much older crowd and generation that's going up there
tough,
now, right?
Man,
and they have to replace the vocalist because he doesn't.
Yeah, it's a totally different guy now, and apparently from what I heard is that he was struggling to hit some of the notes, man, losing his breath, not getting everything out. It was a rough performance.
Dang.
So in that moment, that's when I realized from my parents, like, you don't go for the concerts again because it's Journey. I mean, Journey ain't had a song on the radio.
Journey, we're talking about for the 70s,
right?
You have to be there. They don't have to be there in '84.
They haven't been on the radio for 40 years,
that was
right?
50 years ago or 40 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? Like they haven't been on the radio in a while. You go for what they used to be.
Yeah,
for the karaoke bars.
Yeah.
For those moments that you get on stage, you know that you really get into it.
I mean, I'm sure they start playing "Don't Stop Believing."
Yeah.
The whole crowd is singing that.
You rap with "Don't Stop Believing."
To that feeling. Yeah, you know, it's hard.
Everybody stays for that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the reason why I'm going to the Journey concert specifically to hear that main song. If I don't hear that song, bro, I'm riding. You know what I'm saying?
Man. To a degree, it's like I forgive them. It's like, bro, I get it. Like you're not. The cocaine has really
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Okay, Rick James said it best.
Beat the shit out that throw, you know. But I'm there for the energy, for the experience, you know.
Bro, damn.
I mean, hey, bro, Elvis. No, stop. Anyway,
No, but I feel like a lot of bands are doing it. I mean, because it's been so long.
Yeah.
I mean, did you guys see that Linkin Park is making a comeback?
Linkin Park has their new lead singer out. And what do you guys think about it?
I cannot wait. And may God rest his soul, rest in peace.
Yes,
but
she sounds really
I can't wait till I see the Houston lineup, bro. I want to go. I become so numb.
I think she
And I'm gonna
sounds
cry.
really good.
I'm gonna cry thinking
Yeah.
about him, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I want to go check it out.
Some people are talking about, well, they should just start a new band, but it's like, well, I mean, all the band members are still there. They just have to get a new vocalist.
Yeah, bro.
In addition, though, you
Yeah.
can't build the same legacy of what
Yeah.
Linkin Park is like on your own, brand new, without Chester. I'm sorry, like
Yeah.
you know.
So I think on that, they can still get the name of the band. They can still find a new vocalist.
Yeah.
And she's not gonna try to be Chester,
No, she's definitely doing her own thing, but it's a good
but it still sounds like Linkin Park.
it's a good homage
Yeah.
to what Chester originally interpreted. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
the whole band has to put an energy. Like imagine, like eventually, like if it works out, they'll do a new album with Homegirl. You know, and the fans that love Linkin
It's
Park
supposed to be in the
understand.
works.
Yeah. No, I get it. And it's tough, bro, because there's like only few band members can like escape that stuff. Like David Grohl from Nirvana,
Real
when
quick,
Kurt Cobain.
I do want to say shout out to RIP to some of our iconic actors that passed away, man. James Earl Jones. That was
Oh, okay, yeah.
Man,
Segue from
James Earl
okay.
Jones.
I got you. Okay,
from
so,
Kurt Cobain.
yeah.
To,
boom. Yeah. So yeah. Let's dive there. If I
well, sorry.
I mean, that was a hard left.
Sorry.
Pull the
Hey, bro,
e-brake on that
real quick,
motherfucker.
I just want to say, because we're talking about legends, right? Like nostalgia, these things that they
Oh,
developed
man.
over time. I'm sorry,
Did you see the tribute that they did at the Empire State Building?
Yeah,
They,
Darth Vader,
put
bro.
Darth Vader up.
Dang.
The Empire State Building for that night was really the Empire.
Dun, dun,
Oh,
dun,
that's
dun,
good.
dun, dun, dun.
That was awesome. That was a
That's
good line.
sick.
Buzz bar. Somebody tweet that.
Man.
Anyway,
I think I was already on Twitter.
if not,
I think
tweet the shit now.
I think I did read it on X.
No, it's
Retweet
good.
that
But I
on
mean,
Yeah, it's good.
R&B, I mean,
Yeah.
it's so crazy to think that he was the voice of Darth Vader.
Mufasa.
These movies that
Mufasa.
really influenced my life.
Yeah, man. But
Yeah.
it's an iconic voice.
He was also the bad guy
iconic
from
voice.
Conan.
Oh, that's right. Conan the Barbarian.
Conan Barbarian, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember I see that movie, but the thing is, like, I didn't know that was James Earl Jones. Because when I was a younger child, the first time I saw Conan, like rated R, was of course not in the U.S. Was in Mexico. There's no such thing as
So you saw it in Spanish.
And so Earl Good was a dub. It was a dub voice actor. I'm sorry.
Did he dub it in?
Okay,
Yes, in Spanish. Yeah, but his
Usually-
voice. No, not Earl Jones. It was a dude,
I was
but he
about
did
to
have a
say.
deep voice. He's like muchacho to músculos. You know, he's talking to Conan. But then I heard it like his voice. I was like, damn, that's a deep voice. And so he sounds like Vader. That's just me growing up, like in between. He's like, oh, that is Vader, and like, I'm like, oh shit, and then realize who is James Earl Jones. You know?
Oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
But that was
It was always cool to see him whenever he did cameos related to like Star
Bro,
Wars.
he did Rogue One. When I found out that James Earl Jones came back and did Rogue One Vader, I
He did
lost
Rogue
my
One.
shit, bro.
Yeah.
To get him like, hey, bro, I know you're retired, and I gave him the five.
He only had a couple lines, but he still did Rogue One.
Dude, and it was great. It was a peak Vader, you know?
Yeah, it was.
You know,
It really was.
And now I feel like for future projects, if they're gonna bring back Vader, it's gonna have to be Hayden Christensen.
Absolutely. I totally,
So
like,
now,
I totally.
it's gonna have to be that voice,
Hey,
which I
yeah.
think, work in the Obi-Wan series.
I mean, you could just AI, you know, on it.
Well, you know
but,
what?
but the feeling, hey,
Yeah.
actor is an actor, so he can get the out of it.
Yeah, you still need
But-
that gravitas that they bring to the character.
But you know
But,
what?
but you can just AI it, you know. You can just be like, all right, I'm gonna, but give me that.
No. You have Hayden Christensen take over. I think it would be like a good passing the torch kind of thing.
You know, it'd be cool if they, because you remember how already in Obi-Wan they overlaid both of their voices.
Yes.
They overlay
So,
both their
right,
bodies.
what if they did that for a little bit more, and then
Yes.
eventually it faded out less, or like
True.
the AI for a little bit, and then eventually goes
Yeah.
straight over to Hayden.
I like that. I like
You
that.
know,
You're right. You're
that
right.
would be cool.
Because you commemorize Earl Jones forever. Like,
Yes.
bro, like you just can't get it, bro. Like I get AI, bro, but that's James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
then
for
for younger-
canon, like his voice got jacked, the voice box got
Yeah.
jacked up or something. That makes sense.
Well, he
you
died.
know?
Well,
And
Vader
for
died.
younger people, I mean, they recognize Hayden Christensen as our Vader more
Yeah.
than,
Than anybody else, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that would work.
Yeah, man. No, I think
Yeah.
that would work too. I think that would work. It'd be great because
Especially because Hayden Christensen's open for it right now. But did you hear him at the Hugh McGregor star speech? Like whenever he got this Hollywood star,
yeah.
how he was just like, I hope we get more Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I'm like, oh, bro, he's saying that. Disney
Yeah.
hasn't approached him for another
Yeah,
project
they
yet.
canceled. What was that show? The Acolyte.
I actually finally watched The Acolyte.
Was
like,
it as terrible
over the
as everybody
weekend.
said?
No, I actually.
So you're cool with the headbutting the sabers and like the old school like flying tiger, hidden dragon?
They did that.
Yeah, that's crouching tiger, hidden dragon.
That's
Didn't they do
funny.
not really. Like it's not as bad. Like I don't think it deserves all the hate that it's getting.
that? Really? Okay,
Like okay,
sell it for me, bro.
okay. So the Acolyte is based in the High Republic period. So it's 100 years before, the Skywalker saga. So it's a different time. Now, a couple things that you have to kind of know going into it. Star Wars has a lot of established lore.
Yeah,
the acolyte is gonna ignore
all of it.
Not all of it, but Jesus.
Sorry.
See,
I'm hating on it already.
That's the hate. That's the
hate.
social media hate.
You're right.
That's the social media hate.
You're right.
It's gonna ignore a lot of lore, but it's not gonna ignore a lot of it. And it sets up some really good concepts. Like it sets up some really good concepts about what a Jedi is, about what a corrupt Jedi is, or what's the right path for a Jedi. It really sets up some really good concepts.
Oh, that's interesting.
Most people were mad about this Force cult, like a coven of witches.
Yeah, the witches,
space witches, and they
can create life.
They created life out of nothing.
Yeah.
No, there is witches in Star Wars.
There's like Night Sisters, which they get a mention. They're like Night Sisters. Like, no, well, Night Sisters don't take care of younglings.
No, they rob them.
Yeah, so there is a mention. There is a reference to the Night Sisters.
So these are different people from them.
That's not what this is. It's not the Night Sisters.
Yeah, because the Force is like anybody can use not anybody. Well,
not anybody, but
not anybody who has those specific things in those blood.
But these specific people are like, because the universe is so vast, and that's the thing. What people really don't like about Catholic Candy is like there's too many humans because the universe, the galaxy is diverse. So like the Night Sisters, they look like zombie bitches, right? But that's the thing is like among them, a specific few can like use the Force up to the level of what's his name, Darth Sidious. Up to that high level they can use it, right? So that's one of the things they don't like about Catholic is like, hey, too many humans. There's and this is a point about the Empire. Is like the Empire wanted humans. They're like the SS, and as the galaxy was all kind of like goofy looking monsters from the 70s. Like if you walk into that bar that Luke walked in, and they look like vampires and fucking the bug and shit.
Yeah.
But if he's not this new series, you're like, there's too many humans. Even the one with the Andor, Andor's painting that concept that like that's the problem with the Empire. Like suddenly there's too many humans.
I didn't pay attention to that. You're right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. That's the stuff like that. That they the reason they hit on it is not just because of Acolyte, but because of the one who touches it, which is Kathleen Kennedy, because she does a habit of doing that. Like she ruins the lore that's already been written. Because like Hidden Christensen is Anakin, and Anakin sealed the story. Like it looped it, but Homegirl was like, nah, fuck that. Homegirl
wants to go back into it, and that's what I'm saying. The Acolyte does ignore a lot of the lore, and you can kind of tell at parts. It's like, well, this is being made by people that don't know Star Wars.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you see it in the writing and you see it in the directing almost.
Yeah,
like
we had the interviews.
The way they're using the Force is all of a sudden magic.
Yes, which is not.
They kind of abuse it a little bit too much.
Which the Force is Buddhism because he's the guy. I mean, Lucas is a Buddhist, so there's no yin without your yang. Like you use both. That's what he tries to get at you. Yeah. So like, because Yoda was dumb. Like to a degree, Yoda like fucked up. He was too good. There was no balance.
Right.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
they touch up on the balance because it's kind of planting seeds for what the Skywalker saga is.
Mm-hmm.
So I do kind of see where the story was meant to go, because this idea that they created life out of nowhere, that they created these twins out of the Force. You see, there's an Easter egg in the very last episode where you see a dark figure, and I think they're supposed to be Darth Tyrannus. You read the theories online.
Plagueis, Darth Plagueis.
Plagueis, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Darth Plagueis, and that's who defeated death or who could create life.
Oh yeah, that's the guy.
And that goes into that whole theory that
this is how he figured it out, kind of
that thing? Anakin was conceived from the Force.
Yeah,
Anakin had no dad.
Yeah, no, I get it because they're gonna like use that. Like he's like, oh, so
they were gonna use that
because like Darth Plagueis, the main bad guy in Star Wars, the form like he's an evil space wizard, right? So the wizard part is like he'll use like alien wizardry, right? So to like Plagueis, he'll go meet the witches, like, how do y'all do that shit? All right, let me learn. And that's how I'm guessing he brought it.
Right,
like,
that's how I figured. That would make sense.
Yeah,
well, that's how they introduced that concept of like bringing life from the Force in the Acolyte.
Yeah,
and then they expanded that in Darth Plagueis. Obviously, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and then the reason they got a lot of hate is like, well, if these witches could do it, then anybody could consume life from the Force. But it's not. I don't think they quite did it like that because they explain a little more. Force is throughout the universe, but there are spots in the universe where Force is like stronger.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think they call it a convergence.
Yeah.
So in this planet, there's a convergence of the Force, and in this particular specific planet, that's where this Force cult. That's what they call it. And I think that also makes sense. That big ass universe, there will be all these smaller Force cults that are living hiding, that are using the Force in their own ways.
Yeah.
Like what they call it, they don't call it the Force, the witches. They talk about pull on the thread. Nobody uses the thread. you can only pull it a certain way. So they're not using the force; they're pulling the thread.
Cool.
So I mean, they got a whole nother take on the force, which probably threw a lot of people off, and the fact that it's not, the fact that it's the kind of like not even paying attention to too much of the lore and just establishing new lore, it kind of probably like put off a lot of people. But if you ignore some of that,
they won't.
I think the show actually sets up a lot of cool concepts. The villain is the best part of the show.
Homeboy with the helmet, right?
The stranger. And yes, headbutting lightsabers. I actually think that's pretty fucking cool. The helmet is made of corontide or something. It interferes with lightsaber.
That's fucking insane. Okay, so introducing that concept, but without knowing that and just seeing it, because like when I saw that, if that's how people were trying to get you to get a bad taste on it, without giving you out of context, I'm like, that looks dumb. But in the Star Wars universe,
that's the sabers and the sabers fail, right?
Yeah, like immediately, just like
But it's because the metal that the helmet is made of interferes
with the crystal or some shit.
Or with the kyber energy or whatever. And that's a sensory helmet. You know the helmets that they use to train the Padawans?
Yeah.
That you're not able to see or hear. That's a sensory helmet that you're not able to see or hear. He actually talks about the helmet itself.
Oh, so
another thing like what they don't like is because there's already so many like written lore and books like where to go from Star Wars. Like you at the end of Star Wars, the movie ends like the original with Anakin Prime. Like he defeated Darth Vader. He defeated that's Anakin Prime, but then you don't get to see. I mean, a Luke Prime.
There you go.
You don't get to see a Luke Prime. Well, there are books like where it continues from there. Like before the whole Darth Maul, it was a girl who they actually called the Acolyte, which is the Twi'lek, the one with the thing.
Yeah.
Well, in the entire series, they're always sex slaves. That's what they always are. Like that's what they like in the Star Wars. They're sold out to the side, or they look sexy. Even the one with the big slug, Jabba, that they're chilling and sexy because they're sex slaves. Even the male ones. And like, well, they're sort of to the opposite, right? So Twi'lek ended up becoming,
hopefully,
and the Twi'lek. Well, it depends.
What kind of Star Wars books do you be reading?
The original one, the original one, and in it, the Twi'lek became a Sith, became the Acolyte. She became the next one, like Big Bad, and it was supposed to be her versus Luke versus a Prime Luke. And then before that, there's this bigger one, which is like all these Mandalorians, like they go, oh, fuck it, they start invading half the galaxy. And then, but nobody's paying attention because, like, among them is one Mandalore that has the black blade,
right?
And he's leading the crusade, like to covering the entire galaxy. So it's like all these Jedi versus the Republic, there's all these Mandalorians. That's the one that people really wanted to see because that happens in between. That leads to this one major character called Raven, and Raven is supposed to be like as big, is not as stronger than Vader. Because he goes bad to good and good to bad. Like they really wanted Keanu Reeves to play because he's like, he looks like Keanu Reeves apparently. But that one is a better story because that was like all the Mandalorians go full war versus all the Jedi go full wars with the Republic. It's like a 3-way fight.
Man, that's
that
cool.
was that happened before that leads to like to Vader, that leads to Anakin. But that's the one people really wanted because it's the whole story to that.
And it sucks because both of those storylines that he's talking about, they ended up going to the Star Wars. What do they call it?
Legends.
Star Wars Legends.
Like, hey, it's canon.
It was all that lore that was all over the place because throughout the years, people just wrote books without like connecting them.
No, they're connected. They are approved by George Lucas. The thing is that Kathleen Kennedy was the one who's like,
but there were multiple storylines before Disney bought them. Before Disney bought them, there were like multiple storylines, and people would just write. They were approved by Lucasfilm, but people would just write storylines without really connecting them.
No, they're connected. They're all connected all the way to like what happens right after. Like afterward, this is General that comes out. And after General is a Twi'lek that leads on. So there's more to it, and they're all like approved by George.
Yeah, but there are more. Like that's why they had to get rid of it.
But that's the thing about Kathleen. Kathleen Kennedy was like, nah, like she really outcanon a lot of it, or actually the whole thing Disney in general, but mostly Kathleen Kennedy,
Disney,
the one that South Park made fun of.
Yeah, I could. That's what I'm about to say. I'm like, if you guys know what we're talking about,
so that all went to Star Wars Legends. And what sucks even now is that Disney, after the original movie Luke Prime, there's all these comic books that continue the storylines.
Yeah, that's a good story for Vader because there's like. When Vader was hunting down the Jedis and stuff or whatever, like there's whole comics on Vader just fucking shit up.
There's a whole comic we run on Obi-Wan Kenobi that's really good. When Obi-Wan and Anakin was a Padawan.
Oh, that sounds cool.
There's all these storylines that give it a little more background, but it's hard because then
Clone Wars.
Now they have to be connected.
Yeah.
But now it's all part of the lore. and nobody has time to read all the comic books. So all the books that are coming out.
I've seen one one particular page from one of the comic books from Star Wars, and I thought it was one of the most gangster ones I've seen. It's Darth Vader on Tatooine again, and he's like, "We have you surrounded, Darth Vader." And he's like, "I'm surrounded by dead men."
Oh, I'm surrounded by fear.
Oh, and dead men. That's what it is. I'm surrounded by fear.
That
shit was it. I was like,
no, but I actually recommend the Acolyte for Star Wars fans.
All right, I gotta check it out.
Go into it like skeptical, because you might not like it.
So low expectations.
Low expectations. But if you go into like I myself, I believe that social media hype. I was like, oh, this is gonna be some like woke show about lesbian space witches.
Yeah, that's what I'm under the impression of. Yes,
but I saw that porno.
But the Force cult,
it's a Star Wars
4 or 5, right?
Well, the Force cult is part of the story. It's not. It doesn't like you only spend one episode with the space witches.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Like,
oh, bro, they made it seem like that happened like every episode.
No. You only spend one episode. I mean, it's the background of the storyline. But you only spend one episode with the
one
cult.
full episode. After that, it's just references.
After that, it's just references,
flashbacks or whatever. Yeah, I can see that.
That episode is one big flashback to the witches.
Oh,
the witches happened in the past.
Oh yeah, man.
You're dealing with the consequences of that disaster that happened.
Oh, social media hold them, dog.
No, bro. And again, the lightsaber fights are really good.
I'm just waiting
for. Are they fast paced like old school shit or no?
I'm not gonna lie. It's not Fate. Duel of the Fates, Yeah, it's not. I mean, nothing's gonna compare to Duel of the Fates, but it's a good take on lightsaber fights.
I just want another Andor, bro. Andor was so peak, bro.
Do you want to know why
season 2 is coming back?
I cannot wait.
Yeah. Do y'all want to know why Star Wars lightsaber fights aren't so peak anymore?
Everybody doesn't.
Well, because they changed the lightsabers. They actually put like LED lightsabers now. I forgot what the fuck they're called, but they're like they have batteries and they're fully functional. That's how they get the proper lighting on the people's faces for the lightsaber colors.
I like the 70s one. The one where they had Invader looks even cooler.
Well, no,
like the little pointy one.
Those were actual duels too,
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, well, cool. Hayden Christensen talks about that. He's just like, the reason why we're so able to go so hard in our fight scenes is because they're polyurethane fucking.
Oh, they're just plastic.
Yeah, they were plastic.
They're plastic swords, and then CGI.
And they could beat the shit out of them. All right, fuck it, get us a new one that weighs a fraction of the weight from the new ones now. So they were actually able to compete and do real combat shit versus they're like, all right, we're gonna do 400 takes with you slinging around this 20-pound lightsaber. Have fun. Like, nah, it's not gonna work, dog. So that's why
I didn't know that.
Yeah, when you think about it, when you go back, and that's what they even talk about. I think it was the Obi-Wan and Anakin fight in 3. In episode 3, they had to slow down that fight in order for the camera to catch everything.
Oh, or the Obi-Wan moves in episode 1. They had to slow down.
No, I'm sorry, that's the scene I'm talking about. Yeah, that scene. Yes.
She was going so damn fast.
So fucking fast.
That you couldn't see it on the video.
That's what I want to see. Those the lightsaber fights. That's what I want to see. Yeah, that's when they're gangsters.
Duel of the Fates still going to this day.
Yeah, I'll give it to them.
But yeah, man, that's what we did this summer.
Yeah. This summer, I watched the Acolyte. We're going to our fall arc, so we'll bring more adventures.
Yeah, man.
I'll tell you about how I climbed the mountain one day.
That's right, y'all.
It's gonna be great.
I'll bring that around.
She'll be coming around the mountain
after the NDA expires.
Facts, bro.
What else did we do this summer?
Your mom, Sideways.
Sorry, I guess we didn't mean to talk about Star Wars for that long, but as soon as you bring it up, it's like lore.
Star Wars. By the way, did you guys hear the new
Star Wars?
shit that dropped?
We haven't talked about Star Wars in a minute anyway.
It's been a while. And it's been a while.
Which, isn't the Acolyte like another word for Padawan? It's the Sith Lord and the Acolyte would be the Padawan.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which
that's what they believe the Acolyte, because it was supposed to be another Sith. I think it was supposed to be a Maul that survived, because Maul was supposed to take over the underworld
in the Clone Wars,
and then it was supposed to be.
He was still supposed to be the Acolyte. He was supposed to.
No. The Acolyte was supposed to be the Twilight, the sex slave, and then it was supposed to be Prime Luke come to save the day. But you're gonna see like a Prime Luke all the way, bro. You know,
sick, dog.
Yeah.
And also cool to see the Jedi Order in High Republic era. So I actually wish that they reduced Acolyte for season 2.
I think it already officially got canceled.
Well, they do they officially got what do you call it? The Mandalorian and Groot or something like that.
Oh yeah, the movie that's coming out.
It's a movie.
It's a movie that's coming out.
I thought it was a series again.
If I'm not mistaken, I screen recorded the trailers. I meant to drop that in the group chat. Yeah. But yeah, it's out there. It's out there. It's Grogu and
a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie though.
Yeah.
Or either that or they get his own
Pedro
series.
Pascal's too big, bro. He's Marvel boy now.
Yeah, he's either that or he's getting his own series. But I'm almost positive it's a movie.
He's in the same building but a different department. You know, so he's up there now. Bro.
No, he's on the same building but a different floor. You know what I'm saying?
His contract with Disney doesn't expire for another 20 years.
Bro, they wrote his ass out. Like,
no, bro, he's gonna retire with Hugh Jackman, bro.
Yeah. Like,
but I want more Star Wars content. Like the thing is, I want people to try stuff.
Well,
like
you know
the
what?
Acolyte was them trying some shit. I want more people to try some
Clone
shit.
Wars.
Like, don't stick to the same thing.
Clone Wars. Try Clone Wars. Try the whole series.
Just
Trust Filoni.
Trust Filoni.
Trust Filoni. But I am an advocate of like letting people just try some shit.
Yeah.
Fuck Kathleen Kennedy all day.
Yep. Well,
it does.
he said it.
No, thank you. I'm good, bro. I'm allergic to caffeine.
And coming this fall to a screen near you. More podcasts.
That's right, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
right, y'all. Anything else?
Suki, what'd you do this summer?
Hot
damn. Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we ran out of time. This has been one of your hosts. It's your boy, Merc. Please make sure you guys are following us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, all at WBM_podcast.
And this is your boy, XFed. You should respond to us already in Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Podcast, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, all that.
And this is your boy Oscar in the mix.
In the mix.
So check out the website, WBMpodcast.com.
WBMpodcast.com.
On the description of this episode and all of our episodes, you'll find two links. One to support the show. If you like what we do, support the show.
That's right, support.
If you send us a text message, we'll give you a shout out at the end of our episode. Shout out to Tyler.
Oh shit! Shout out
my boy Tyler.
Send us a text message on the link of our description.
That's right, guys.
Appreciate y'all.
Again, this has been the WBM podcast, guys. We appreciate you. We love you. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.